Hi everybody, Tammy here. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to show you how to do a crochet stitch called single crochet. So I already have a video out that shows you how to do a chain stitch, and you do need to do a chain stitch before you can start doing single crochet stitches. I have about 10 chain stitches here on my yarn, and just FYI, I'm using a size I, USA size I crochet hook and a size 3 yarn. This is alpaca. It's probably like sport weight alpaca, but you can do this with any size hook and any size yarn, just letting you know what I'm using. And I have a video to show you how to do chain stitches. All right, I've got my hook still in the yarn, and I'm ready to do my single crochets across this way. So when you're crocheting, you move down and then up and down and up. You go back and forth and back and forth. So I already went down this way. Now I'm going to do single crochets working in the opposite direction down this chain. Then I'm going to go up and move back down the other way. So just back and forth and back and forth. That's how you weave your fabric. All right, so I added a few more chains on my yarn here. I'm going to show you how to actually do a single crochet. You can see that there's a stitch here on the end and my hook is connected to that stitch. But since it's so close to my hook, I'm going to go in the next stitch. I'm going to go into the stitch. This is why you don't make your chains too tight, because you got to be able to get your hook back through them. Yarn over, pull through the stitch, and you should have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. That is a single crochet. I'm going to go down this full chain and keep making my single crochets. Go through the chain or any stitch. You can put a single crochet, you can connect it to basically any crochet stitch. Go through your chain, yarn over, pull through. You have 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Go through the chain, yarn over, pull through. You have 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both loops. I'm trying to go extra slow, but if this is not slow enough, and you're watching this on YouTube, if you go to settings where there's like a little circle that looks kind of like a gear, you can change the speed to slow down or speed up a video. So you could slow this down if you want. Crochet is basically made up of a bunch of different stitches. You have to do chain stitch first, which I've already shown in another video. And then there's just a series of stitches in a very similar fashion where you go through a stitch and you do various yarn overs. For single crochet, you just yarn over once and then yarn over to pull off 2. But once you learn some of these stitches, pretty soon you can start actually making projects. And if you were to read a pattern, a written pattern, and saw a symbol that said SC, S is in Sam, C is in Charlie, that is referring to single crochet. You'll notice how it's starting to kind of twist around. The first row of single crochet is always going to look kind of wonky, but don't worry about it, okay? The more you move down and the bigger your piece grows as you weave your crochet, which is basically crochet and knitting, is basically you are weaving fabric, it'll straighten out after a while. All right, got one more to go. All right, let us take a look. Let me pull my hook out there and we can just take a look. I'll try to straighten it for you guys. There you go. There's a row of single crochet. You can see on the top we have V's, and you're able to count. It's very helpful as you're learning to try to figure out which is your stitch. And one way to do that is look up on the top. That's a stitch, that's a stitch, that's a stitch. One thing that beginners sometimes struggle with is they'll skip a stitch, or they'll maybe add some accidentally. Usually they lose their stitches because they're not able to really read their yarn and see where the stitch is at. So if I'm going to do another row, I'm going to do a chain, turn around, and do the same thing in the opposite direction. You're almost always going to do a chain when you're turning, because it moves your yarn up a bit to go to the next row. So here I'm going through single crochets, again going through the stitch, yarn over, pull through. I've got my 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Going through my single crochet now, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Going in, see how that's a stitch there and a stitch there, right? Going in the next one. Single crochet is a wonderful stitch to learn if you want to make amigurumi or stuffed toys like little bunnies or frogs, all kinds of animals. You can make little amigurumi dolls, anything that you're going to stuff and create a little character, or like I said, bunnies. I've made lots of bunny rabbits, teddy bears. Most amigurumi is completely made up of single crochet stitches. So it's still kind of twisting a little bit, but you can see it's not twisting as much. And as I get more and more done, it'll start to straighten out more and more. Let me get all the way to the end. That is how you do single crochet straight across. Just take your time with this. Don't rush it. If you have any questions, like I said, put them in the comments, or you can always message me. Have a wonderful Dolly Day. Please don't forget to give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already subscribed to my channel. Bye-bye.